Daily-ish, the show that is daily-ish. We're setting the bar in the middle with this, that we're going to shoot for a daily show, but knowing that, life happens, has unexpected things. Today has been full of unexpected hiccups. We've had the idea for this show for 2 years, and we've been doing some test shots and figuring out where we would set up to do it right now because we're still in our home, and how we would have lighting, all of that. And still, even with all that practice, unexpected hiccups.
Right.
Extra runs to the store, just lots of little things that kind of got in the
today,
way.
yeah.
And so life's kind of full of those unexpected little bits. Like the other night, we had an unexpected guest at our home.
Guest is a nice word.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cordial.
Diplomatic.
Yeah. Be kind in my choice of words. He came at 2 a.m. Kind of fell against our window, woke me up. I looked out.
Our bedroom window.
Yeah, our bedroom window. Our bed backs right up to it. And I look out and I see somebody out there. My first thought is, why is our son, Jeremiah, out there on the deck? I mean, it made no sense because I'm like, It's 2 a.m. He should be inside. I'm getting ready to kind of get on him about getting back to bed and going back to sleep. And I realized, that's not Jeremiah.
That's not our son.
And somewhere in all that thought process, I got out the words, Ben, somebody's on the deck.
Right.
And it was a little scary at that moment when I realized that this is a total stranger.
Right.
And at that point, Ben wakes up, jumps out of bed, and comes out to our dining room, which is where we're filming from right now. He was standing about where the camera is, looking at us. And so he starts to talk to the guy.
Right, so he stumbled into our window, sat down on some of our deck furniture, and then as Beth is, closing up the house and securing everything, I take it upon myself to go and talk to this guy because he's on something. He's not just, your kindly neighbor coming over. He's on something. He's strung out. He's not drunk. He's on something. And I've done a lot of work over the years with homeless people and people struggling with addictions and that sort of thing. So a lot of the tells were there, and so I knew how to adapt for the situation. And he didn't have any weapons in his hands or anything like that. Wasn't menacing other than the fact that he was in the wrong place, our yard, at the wrong time, 2 a.m. And
also, you've told him straight out.
Yeah.
And you said the word, sir, you need to leave. I think it's really funny you called him sir in that moment.
I'm friendly.
Yeah.
I'm a friendly person.
But you said that, and he said no.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
He had something he wanted to tell us. And so while Beth is getting the house secure and checking on the kids, I come over here to the side door and I'm talking to him through the glass. He wants me to come outside, to come talk to him. He has his phone up. He's trying to show me he's got a baby on here. He tells me I'm a good person. And then he says some other things that make no sense. And he's fidgeting with his phone, trying to unlock it so he can show me something, whatever it is that he wants to show me.
And so in that meantime, I'm trying to get as he said, trying to get the windows closed. But then I'm like, need to call the police.
Right.
It's like important. That took a moment in all of the sleepy fog. Then trying to find my phone was a little bit nerve-wracking because it's like, where did I put my phone? My phone should be on the desk. Well, the desk, I have to go to the living room, which is that way, and from the bedroom, which is that way. And it's like trying to go through all of this, find it in my cluttered desk. Then call 911, and I'm trying to remember, wait a minute, does 911 go through directly, or do I have to, hit a button just right? Because remember, cell phones used to be weird with 911.
Yeah. And in our life, we don't call 911 on a frequent basis.
No, I have...
It's not regular for us.
So I get through, I call 911, it does go direct.
Right.
I didn't have to, do anything special with my cell phone.
No smooth jazz.
Yeah. And so I start talking, just explaining what's going on, and Ben is talking with the gentleman, and I'm just giving... 911 the play-by-play, you just gave with what was going on. So after his phone locks, what happens?
So he gets angry, he just cusses, and he decides he's going to start walking around. Whatever the reason was, he wanted to stay and tell me the thing. He can't do it now because his phone's locked. So he starts walking around the house. So I follow him from window to window, watching him go around the house. And I finally get to the front door, which is, it's wood. I can't see out. So I have a Louisville Slugger baseball bat. It was a misprint, and so it still has part of the... I don't know, it's the extra bit on the end from the lathe. And so it makes a great walking stick. That's why I use it. And so I took that out there with me and wasn't waving it at him, just kind of had it in my hand. and he's down at our gate. Now, our lot comes up, and so we've got a 5 foot or so retaining wall, and then there's wrought iron fence above that. And so it's a full-size, tall gate. And he'd climbed over it. The gate was still closed. And he's down there now, and he can't unlock the gate. And so he's messing with the handle, and he's fidgeting with the deadbolt, and he turns around to me and says, it doesn't work. This does not work. I can't open it. And so I said, friend, look, it works like every door that you've encountered in your entire life. And he just couldn't make it work. He couldn't get it to happen. And so he gets frustrated enough, he starts to walk back up the stairs toward me, and he's about 15 feet away or so. And so I just kind of pointed the baseball bat at him, and I said, no, you stay there. I thought, well, either he stays there until the police come, or he finds his way out and the problem's temporarily solved.
Yeah.
He gets mad at me. And he says, you're ticking me off. But he didn't use those words. I said, but you're in my yard. And so he stayed down there, and I kind of tried to walk him through step by step, turn this, flip that. And finally, he gets the gate open. It's a big, heavy gate, swings wide open. He goes, mwah, thank you. And he hangs a left and walks on down the street.
So by this point, I'm still on the phone with police, but because he's left, the 911 call's over. But they still sent some people to check out some officers to come check out what was going on.
3.
And so they get here, and we're talking to them about what are our options, and figuring out what the best course of action is with this, because clearly I don't want him coming back.
No.
And it was just a little scary, and I was really jittery at that point. Found out there's not really a whole lot you can do with the high transient population that's here. The chances of them, even if we filed a report, finding him are pretty slim.
Right.
As well as the fact that it's only a misdemeanor count. And he would have to be positively identified for that to even stick.
Right.
So out of
short
a lineup,
Russian guy, short hair.
It's not a super descript, description. That's kind of redundant, but to know exactly if we picked him out of a lineup. So not a lot of help there.
No, and that's okay. Nobody got hurt. I'm glad nobody got hurt. He left his shoes in a big pile of just loose cigarettes behind on the sidewalk, where he dumped it all and climbed over the fence.
Yeah, and it's just crazy he could get over the fence, considering it was like crazy hard for him to unlock the gate. I mean, that he had the wherewithal to do that, motor skills, still there, but he could not, just open the door to leave. But it's over. It was an unexpected experience, that's for sure. Yes. And something new. We found out that it had not happened in this neighborhood.
No.
For the time most of our neighbors have lived here, so we got to be a first at something. Not the thing I would have picked, but hey, we're the first.
Attempted intrusion.
I'm sure that a lot of you out there have had an unexpected guest at one time or another, be it mice or
snakes in the wall,
or people.
Right.
I know our story, while it seems unique to us, that there are different ways to have unexpected guests. So if you've had a story like that, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to be able to share those around. I'm sure that other people have great stories to tell.
Yep.
And if you've enjoyed our first episode, please, if you're on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Yeah, ring that bell. Click the bell for notifications, however you want to say it. It's on this side right over here. As well as if you're on podcasts and listening to us there and you enjoyed this, please give us a review. Give us some stars. Show some love.
Yep.
We're getting started. We need to get out there, and we want this little fun show to grow as we get to hang out each morning. Kind of daily-ish,
Have a good time.
Setting our bar right in the middle.
Yes.
Not too high, not too low. And we'd love to see you tomorrow.